Very unusual. This is a very special United Nations General Assembly with focus on SDGs, and SDGs are the focal point. Africa is mostly in the focus. Nigeria and Niger State, where I'm coming from, we also need to be in perspective, especially as it affects climate change, food security, security of life and properties of people, and other very important factors. So this is a very important representation, and we are glad to be here. Let me first beam on the climate change. A lot of resources, over 8 trillion US dollars, is there in the carbon market, in the climate change. Africa is not in perspective, and so we are basically doing a conservation instead. So there's need for Africa, to be given opportunity to, tap from these resources that are available, because the emission is not from Africa mostly. These emissions are from this West and Americas. So we should be the people to balance the ecosystem for their emissions, instead of the other way around. Again, on the issues of the effects of climate change, you can see the amount of flooding happening in Africa. You can see the planting season that has, changed, completely. Not for our fault, fault of ours mostly, for the fault of these great people, the great countries around the world. So the conversation around helping Africa, it shouldn't be like that. It should be Africa putting their demand on the table to say, okay, this is what we stand, to protect. If not, we'll bring down all our trees, so that we see if conservation doesn't really work, So that it's good for people to understand that the sequestration of forests that we're doing, we should get something for that equivalent, Then transition from fossil fuel to cleaner energy, renewable energy. This is very important for us too. And in the last COP28 in Dubai, those issues have been discussed. In the last UNGA, we've discussed these issues, and in perspective, we've seen significant, amount of resources deployed, for all this initiative. So this is good.